Guys, I cannot believe I've been talking for 2 minutes and not realised that I hadn't pressed the go live button. And I was thinking, why is nobody saying hello? What? However, I woke up 15 minutes ago. So forgive me. I am actually live now, am I? There we go. I am officially live. Okay. All right, so I start again. The first thing I did this morning, just happened to check my Facebook group, and there was a post saying that an arrest had been made. So I had to go and check it out. And hey presto, it's all over San Antonio's Facebook. San Antonio Police's Facebook. So let's start again. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. It's 6:48 in the AM here in the UK. So what news to wake up to? Brilliant news to wake up to. So I have literally no idea exactly when this happened, except for it was late Texas time. So it happened when I was asleep. Big smoke and little smoke. Oh, golden, that's brilliant. It's 12:47 AM here. Should have been in bed long ago. Got to be up in 5 hours. Are they brothers or cousins? They are father and son. So let's, there's a bunch of stuff that we need to read on the San Antonio Police Department's Facebook. So it's definitely true. This isn't fake news. Antonio Police Department. So tonight, SAPD arrested 19-year-old Christopher Preciado. So I'm guessing that that's the guy that everyone thought was a girl. I'm guessing that was the driver of the Kia that we saw on the security cam footage. And then we've got Big Smoke here. I'm guessing not seen his full body here because I'm literally just reading this for the first time. Ramon Preciado, 53. Oops, what have I done here? I told you all that belly was a real deal. No. Oh no. All right. Let's get serious. This is it's great news, but we've got to remember here that 3 people lost their lives. 3 people lost their lives. So it's great news to wake up to. I hope that the families are pleased as well. Let's just take it in. I did say, I've been saying for the last 2 days. Check this out. And I think it's going to be an arrest soon. Their time is numbered because they made so many mistakes. They were so stupid. As I said in my video yesterday, so stupid. So Christopher has been arrested for capital murder. And then his father, Ramon Preciado, is charged with abuse of a corpse for helping Christopher move the bodies after they were murdered. Our deepest condolences go out to the Soto and Guerra families. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So Christopher did the deed, drove the Kia to meet his dad, Big Smoke, Ramon. Apologies if I'm pronouncing Preciado wrong, but okay. Okay. Perp walk. Arrest made in the capital murder case. Perp walk. So, is this a news conference? Oh, it is. Right. Let's listen to this. Whoever's recorded this, with vertical view. Would I hide the bodies for my lad? No, I wouldn't. Good girl. No, I wouldn't. No sound. No, there is no sound. I mean, there's a vague little sound. Linda, there's a vague little sound. Let's just fast forward to someone speaking, and then we can check the sound.
Hand it over to our
Can you hear that?
technology team, who was able to download some information on there.
Can you hear
With
that?
the assistance of the U.S. Secret Service, we were able to get enough information, and so that information was given to our.
So if you could hear that dude talking, then you could hear it. But that's as loud as I can make it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is 14 and a half minutes. So let's just sit back and listen to this footage. It was so sloppy, they probably never imagined it would blow up like it did. No, exactly. Like I said, if it was just Matthew that they took out, nobody would have known about it. It would have been just another drug deal gone wrong. It would just have been another petty war between drug dealers. The fact that they took out a heavily pregnant woman and the unborn child who was due to be born the very day after, that's what's made it so horrendous in the public's eyes. So no, they would never ever have made it so public had Savanah's family not reported her missing. Drug deal gone bad. It is. All right, let's fast forward a bit. So whoever's recorded this has done it in the vertical view. Well, I guess here we go. Perp walk. Big smoke. Look at him.
Why did he do that? Are you sorry for what happened?
Look at him. Big smoke.
Guys.
That's Ramon Preciado. He absolutely looks like Big Smoke. He so looks like Big Smoke from GTA San Andreas. I'm sorry, guys. He's going to be Big Smoke forever in my eyes. Looks more like a cigar. Listen to what he says. I mean, we're going to be watching this footage now for forever, aren't we?
Are you unborn baby? Did you kill him or did you just hide the evidence? If it wasn't you, who was it then?
Watch out, guys. Make a hole.
I heard that a woman say, if it wasn't you, who was it then? But I couldn't hear what the others were saying. Hopefully some of those people there had better footage. So that's Ramon. So he's been arrested for abuse of a corpse, or abuse of 3 corpses. I'd be interested how they're going to charge for little Fabian. Yeah, so that's Christopher. A girl, Little Smoke. So that's the guy that everyone thought was a girl. I thought was a girl. Everyone thought was a girl. I'm guessing. No, it's not a female. No. We all thought that the driver of the Kia was a girl, but he isn't. His name's Christopher. So I'm assuming that he's a male. They're using San Antonio police are using male pronouns, and his name's Christopher. So I'm just going to say that yes, it's a male, and until I hear any different, looks male to me. But on the footage, here we go. Right, they're gonna do an impromptu presser. So let's listen to this. I'm going to mute out so you don't hear me chatting.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sergeant Washington Moscoso, WASHINGTON MOSCOSO. So the individuals you saw this evening, the first individual's name is Ramon Preciado, 53 years old, SID number 443651. The second individual was Christopher Preciado, 19 years old, SID number 1191061. So the two individuals we just walked out today, again, is a father and son. The first individual is the father. The second individual is the son. They're going to be charged. The son's going to be charged this evening with capital murder, and the father's going to be charged with abuse of a corpse. So we do expect more charges to be pending. So I'm not going to go into the whole thing. We all know what kind of led us to this to where we are today. I will say that when we recover, or when the bodies were discovered on Danny K, obviously the investigation began. SAPD detectives made that location and started collecting evidence. One of the key pieces of evidence that we did collect at the scene was Savanah's cell phone, and that was handed over to our technology team, who was able to download some information on there. With the assistance of the U.S. Secret Service, we were able to get enough information, and so that information was given to our detectives today. With that information, the detectives were able to find a possible location of where the suspect vehicle that was released on that surveillance camera, the surveillance video, possible location where that suspect vehicle might be. They made that location, and sure enough, the vehicle was there. They did a little bit of surveillance on the video, or on the vehicle, and then were able to determine which house it belonged to. They went up, knocked on the door. The first gentleman, the first individual, the father answered the door. He knew why the police were there. Was cooperated fully with the investigation. We're brought here to headquarters, and our detectives were able to start interviewing both the son and the father. Again, they were both at the home. They were both brought down here, and the interrogations began. Through interrogating the individuals, our detectives had enough, based on what they said, there was enough information there to get a warrant signed by a judge tonight, again, to charge Christopher with capital murder and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. Again, there will be more charges pending. This is what we have right now. I'll answer any questions you might have.
Did you get capital murder for the son and then abuse of the corpse charge for the dad? Does that mean that you guys believe the son killed them and then the dad helped hide the bodies?
Yes. And so I want to touch base on something real quick. Since the release of the video that we put out on the 28th, internet has blown up with people sending tips and people just sending misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation out there. These two individuals are the only suspects that we were looking for. They were arrested. There were many names being thrown around on the internet. Those people had nothing to do with this. We vetted them and everything. They didn't have anything to do with these murderers. So the individual, again, Christopher, we believe committed the murders of Matthew and Savanah, and then Ramon helped kind of dump the body. It appears to be a narcotic related deal that went bad.
Do we know the connection between this father and son and Matthew and Savanah, or the connection to the apartment complex?
So there's no apparent connection to the apartment complex. It's just a place where they want to go dispose or hide the vehicle with the bodies in it. And it appears that it was a drug deal. So there was like a drug connection to the suspect and the two victims.
When you say abuse of a corpse, can you talk about that a little bit? Was there any mutilation, or is that?
It's just when you hiding the body, moving the body after discovering that and all that kind of stuff. Yep.
When he killed them, what exactly?
So the December 21st, which is a Thursday, just before midnight, is when the actual murders took place. On that. Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be charged for the baby? Because in the state of Texas, technically they could be charged for.
Right. So like I said, there's going to be possible charges pending, more charges pending. Our detectives are going to talk with the Bexar County DA to determine if they're going to be any charges they're going to be facing any charges related to the unborn baby.
And do we know if she was dilated at all?
I didn't have that information from the medical examiners. I know that she was scheduled to be induced, and she didn't make her appointment, which is why the family went to the police to file the missing persons report.
Did he say where exactly they killed him?
I don't have exactly location. We just know that they were killed at a different location and then taken to the apartment complex to dispose of the vehicle and the body. I know there was some Spanish questions I wanted to knock down real quick.
Sí, podría darnos un resumen pequeño para la audiencia hispana de estas personas que presentó.
No, 11 preguntas.
Nada más unas preguntas. Si tienes preguntas particulares.
¿A quiénes presentaron esta noche?
Sí, esta noche el primer señor que salió es Ramón Preciado, de 53 años, y el segundo es Christopher Preciado, de 19 años. Christopher Preciado es el que hizo los asesinatos de las víctimas, y su papá Ramón ayudó en esconder o tratar de esconder el carro y las víctimas.
Las dos personas eran las que aparecían en el video de vigilancia
Sí.
que presentaron la semana pasada.
Sí. Ajá.
¿Había un motivo para matarlos?
Parece que había una transacción de drogas que no fue, que fue mal. La transacción de drogas fue mal y resultó en la muerte de las dos víctimas.
When you say drug deals, you mean were they buying or selling? Do you know what?
Well, I mean, someone was buying and someone was selling, so it was a drug.
Can Ramon be charged with these murders through the accomplice theory or the multiple parties theory?
I'm sorry, could who?
Ramon, the dad, could he be charged with the murders as well through an accomplice theory?
No, he was not. He was not there during the commission of the murders. He was there kind of, I guess he was called afterwards to help dispose or help his son. I'm sorry?
These two have previous records?
Christopher has no previous criminal history, and Ramon did have a small, he had some prior criminal history.
So are you all done looking for suspects at this
Yeah,
point?
we don't have any other suspects that we're looking for.
And then that surveillance video, were they alive during that surveillance
No.
video? They were not alive.
They were not alive, no.
Last question, guys. Christopher killed them, then moved the bodies to the car?
Correct. Well, I mean, I don't know if he moved them into the vehicle. The vehicle with the bodies in was driven to that apartment complex. It didn't happen at that apartment complex.
So ultimately, who's going to make the decision on the final charges? Is that going to be the DA's office?
Correct. Yes. So our detective again tonight are charging them with Christopher with capital murder and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. They are working on some other charges that they're going to file. But regarding, I think specifically the question that you had about the unborn baby, they're going to have a conversation with the DA to determine whether they can charge or put the baby as another victim on this.
So does SAP have any say whenever they talk to the DA's office?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a collaboration with our with our DA's
Which
office.
CSAPD is going to seek that they're charged for the unborn baby case.
Our detectives are going to do everything they can to bring justice to the family.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming out tonight.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. A drug deal gone wrong. A drug deal gone wrong. That is so sad. So sad. So 3 lives. 3 lives gone. Eradicated over a drug deal. That's and then another life. Well, he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison, isn't he? Christopher. So for those just coming in, whilst this was going on, whilst the press was going on, I was looking who else was live, and there's a bunch of people already being live. So a lot of you will know this news. It was all new to me. I literally got up 15 minutes before I went live. So 19-year-old Christopher has been arrested for capital murder. According to that cop there, it was a drug deal gone bad. So it was as simple as that, a drug deal gone bad. And then Big Smoke here, Ramon, he was arrested for abuse of a corpse. So that's what we've just watched. So they updated 3 hours ago. So this happened 3 hours ago. Arrest made in Savanah Soto Matthew Guerra case. Made an arrest. We will FB live a Perp walk within the hour. You can follow us here. Here's what was said last week regarding the case. Okay, so that's all we've got from San Antonio PD at the moment. Yeah, he's a teenager. Yeah. But whilst the presser was going on, hold on, let's put their faces up here. People just coming in. There's Christopher. Let's put him up. He's the one who allegedly pulled the trigger. And then his dad, Big Smoke, helped him hide the bodies. Although just incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid. Yeah. We all thought it was a girl. We all thought it was a girl. I tried to reply to a comment. There, Linda. I tried to reply to a comment and StreamYard, it said an error occurred. Wait a moment and try again. So, no, I wouldn't help anyone. Even my own kid, I would not help anyone. I'd have turned them in. I'd turn them in, even if it was my own kid. I can't understand these people who get themselves into trouble. And no, if one of my kids committed a triple homicide, I would turn them in. Dad was a HVAC. What's a HVAC? Gut, apparently. Owns his own business. Sad. Exactly, Maligator. Yeah. I mean, if it was self-defense or there was, you know, some kind of mitigating circumstance, then I'd get them a lawyer first, and then I'd march them down to the police station. But heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, right? Wow. Defense may argue they attacked him. Yeah, well, a 41-week pregnant woman attacked him, and then he couldn't fight her off any other way than shoot her in the head. Okay. Okay, well, I don't believe that. So let's see if we can get any more information about this arrest. I know there's a bunch of people live. Let's have a look here. San Antonio police late Wednesday arrested a father and son. Okay. His father helped him. Police said their deaths were a result of drug deal. They did not specify who was selling the drugs and who was doing the buying. Well, on his social media, Matthew had said he was getting more drugs like the following day. So maybe Christopher was the supplier. Like, we're assuming that Christopher was the buyer, but maybe Christopher was the supplier. So the father and son are believed to be the men in the video released earlier this week by the police. Video showed Guerra's vehicle and a black truck. So we know all that. Police. Moscoso said they were killed late Thursday night, just before midnight. So that would have been the 22nd. Always fake news. Y'all guys, always one-sided. You don't even know what's going on. Raman said as he was walked to a police unit after his arrest. His son kept quiet. Among the evidence recovered from the car was Savanah's cell phone. He said they were able to use the cell phone's information to locate the suspect's vehicle. He said after they found the vehicle, they set up surveillance to determine where the suspects lived. Once they did that, they knocked on the door. Father answered, knew why police were here, and then they were cooperative. The couple were killed elsewhere before the car was abandoned with the bodies. Okay, so it was 5903 Danny K Drive, 3 miles from where the couple were last seen. The apartments were not connected to the couple or the Preciados. It was just used to hide their body. I mean, there was no hiding. Come on now. There was no hiding. I mean, I said in my video yesterday, there was a murder in this little sleepy village. And it was 2 brothers who did the murders, and that was a drug deal gone wrong. There was this couple, a man and a woman from the Liverpool area, it's about 40 miles away. Somehow they had their own company. They were just regular people, and somehow they got mixed up with this drug gang, and somehow they ended up 40 miles away in this little sleepy village, and they were murdered. And the 2 brothers, the Mullin brothers, who were the ones who were done for it, shot them, then buried the bodies in the woods, and then dug them up. Must have realised that if they were found, they would be identified and there'd be identifying information. So they made a big fire in the woods and burnt the bodies. Apparently, they dismembered them. That was the word on the street, that it was very, very messy. The word on the street was that they were killed in a house and then taken into the woods and buried. And then dug up, dismembered before being burnt. And there was only bone fragments left. So they made a very good attempt. Now, this was in the 80s, before, mass surveillance, and they were still caught, though. But it took a while. And the reason why they were caught was because they offered immunity from prosecution to people who knew, people who were kind of involved on the fringes. And that's how they got them. So they made a very good attempt to try to hide what they'd done. But this is just ridiculous. This is just so lazy and sloppy. Now, apparently they traced them through Savanah's phone, but look at the DNA that they would have left in that vehicle. There's no way that these guys can plead anything but guilty. They are caught. They are banged to rights. They're on video. They're banged to rights. I hope they plead guilty and don't put the families through a trial and all, and Can we watch the video again? Yes. Let's watch that again. Car video. Let's just finish this. Some misinformation has been blowing up on the internet. The Preciados are the only suspects they were looking for. Any other names mentioned by amateur sleuths were vetted. So the spirit box thing that people kept contacting me about, an app on someone's phone being played through a speaker. Come on now. How gullible are people? All right. I've got a spirit box app. When do you know how these spirit box apps work? Right? They access your microphone and then they listen. It's like an artificial intelligence thing. They listen. And I was big into the What's Case when I got the Spirit Box app. And I trained the Spirit Box app to say Shanann, Bella, and Cece. So I could have, right at the beginning of my channel, when I was watching a bunch of what stuff and posting a lot of what stuff. No, you're not blocked, Claire. I put the Spirit Box app on and used to just put it by my laptop while I was watching what stuff or making videos. And hey presto, the app learned to say names involved. I could have made a fortune. Actually, I wasn't monetized at the time. Dear me, you guys. Anyway, only 2 suspects we're looking for. Many names were thrown out there. Soto and Guerra's families immediately went to social media to express their relief. They caught the MFs that killed our babies. Justice for Savanah. Baby Fabian Matthew posted Soto's mother. Raquel Guerra, Matthew's stepmother, posted our prayers have been answered. She tagged the post with Justice for Savanah, Matthew, Fabian. Yes, thank you, Jesus, texted Mariana Delgado, Savannah's sister-in-law. So that's the backstory. So Matthew just had a gun held to his head, and then Savanah was shot in the head. Okay, we're going to watch the video again in a minute. A burly man. A burly man in a sleeveless t-shirt. See, Guerra. Oh, dear. Oh. She was an outgoing, bright and selfless young woman who was excited to be a mother. 2 aunts, Laura and Cindy, said Savanah matured quickly through her pregnancy. As her delivery date approached, her bags were packed, her room was ready, and she looked forward to the newborn. It's just heartbreaking. She worked at a senior living centre. She stopped working to have her baby, but was planning to go back. She aspired to become a nurse before she disappeared. So Savanah, it sounds like, just got mixed up in the drug world. So sad. All right, let's watch them on video again. Okay. So there's Perp Walk. We've watched that. Let's go down a bit. It's a news conference. Here we go. Right. Let's watch this again. So now we know the names of these people. Big Smoke and Little Smoke. This is their attempt to hide the bodies. So Big Smoke gets out. So that's Raman. Looks in. Can't make it any bigger. It's as big as I can make it. Someone passes him a rag. There's someone else in the car, in the Silverado. Someone else is in that car. Someone passes him a rag. There's someone else there. May not have been involved, but there's someone else there. Wonder if it was the mom. Yeah. Maybe she cut a deal. No, apparently they found them through Savanah's phone and had been surveilling them. So that's... Hold on, let's watch it again. So the guy who we all thought was a girl was Christopher. There's another brother too. Does Big Smoke have a girlfriend? Don't know. Well, Christopher will have a mother, whether they're together, but they were both arrested at the same address. Does anybody know the address? I mean, literally, I woke up 15 minutes before I went live. So I've not had a chance to do any research at all on these people, but if anybody's got an address. So there, Christopher Little Smoke gets out. And then he gets back in, and then he goes away. And that was the attempt to hide the bodies. He goes and parks the vehicle and just leaves it there. Pastor Toll, that's assisting in the crime. Well, it's adding more DNA onto the vehicle. I mean, they were just incredibly stupid. Crazy stupid. I bet that Kia has been examined to within an inch of its life. That Kia will have been taken apart for evidence. They'll have DNA. They're bank rights. They surely have to plead guilty. Surely they do. So there's Big Smoke and Little Smoke. Dad was getting the gun. I think so. Criminality had their address. Justin for all put an address on the live stream. They gave the address in the presser? Did they? Maybe we need to listen to it again. Yeah, Christopher's 19. So a teenager. It's in the presser. I just missed it. What a criminal. Listen, I just got up. I got up 15 minutes before I went live. And I don't mean got up and got out of bed. I mean literally opened my eyes. So let's listen. Let's listen to the presser then. Better audio of Big Smoke talking to reporters. Well, I was just playing it off here, so the audio was what it was. They were reading out numbers in Spanish. Oh, was that the Spanish answer? Oh. All right, let's listen to the presser again.
They're going to be charged. The father's, the son's going to be charged this evening with capital murder, and the father's going to be charged with abuse of a corpse. So we do expect more charges to be pending. So I'm not going to go into the whole thing. We all know what kind of led us to this to where we are today. I will say that when we recover, or when the bodies were discovered on Danny Kaye, obviously the investigation began. SAPD detectives made that location and started collecting evidence. One of the key pieces of evidence that we did collect at the scene was Savanah's cell phone, and so that was handed over to our technology team, who was able to download some information on there with the assistance of the U.S. Secret Service. We were able to get enough information, and so that information was given to our detectives today. With that information, the detectives were able to find a possible location of where the suspect vehicle that was released on that surveillance camera, the surveillance video, possible location where that suspect vehicle might be. They made that location, and sure enough, the vehicle was there. They did a little bit of surveillance on the video, or on the vehicle, and then were able to determine which house it belonged to. They went up, knocked on the door. The first gentleman, the first individual, the father answered the door. He knew why the police were there. Was cooperated fully with the investigation. We're right here to headquarters, and our detectives were able to start interviewing both the son and the father. Again, they were both at the home. They were both brought down here, and the interrogations began. Through interrogating the individuals, our detectives had enough, based on what they said, there was enough information there to get a warrant signed by a judge tonight, again, to charge Christopher with capital.
So 5735 Charlie Chan Drive. Charlie Chan Drive, is that even a... do they name that? Excuse me. Do they name their streets after like movie stars? KSAT had a better sound. All right, we'll check that out in a minute. So 5735 Charlie Chan Drive. Yeah, Savannah's the connection, because they had Savannah's cell phone, so they were able to probably track who they were going to meet.
Yes. And so I want to touch base on something real quick. Since the release of the video that we put out on the 28th, internet has blown up with people sending tips and people just sending misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation out there. These two individuals are the only suspects that we were looking for. They were arrested. There were many names being thrown around on the internet. Those people had nothing to do with this. We vetted them and everything. They didn't have anything to do with these murderers. So the individual, again, Christopher, we believe committed the murders of Matthew and Savanah, and then Ramon helped kind of duck the ball. It appears to be a narcotic related deal that went bad.
Do we know the connection between this father and son and Matthew and Savanah, or the connection to the apartment complex?
So there's no apparent connection to the apartment complex. It's just a place where they went to go dispose or hide the vehicle with the bodies in it. And it appears that it was a drug deal, so there was like a drug connection to the suspect and the two victims. It's just.
So this is 5735 Charlie Tran Drive. That's a nice house. That's a nice house. We don't know what direction the drug deal was in. So we don't know whether Christopher was supplying Matthew, and that was the re-up that people told me was the drug term for getting you drugs. So we don't know whether the deal was between Christopher, the supplier, to Matthew, and that went wrong, or Matthew was supplying to Christopher, and that went wrong. Dad owns Almighty Cooling and Heating Company. Would that be this? Almighty Air 210.com. Too hot, too cold? Act now. Contact us. Experience matters. We love our customers. Feel free to call or email us if you have any questions. Almighty Air, San Antonio, Texas. Hours 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Contact us. This is so sad. Living in a nice house. Own company. It's so sad. Doesn't have an address on it. Well, if this is the right address, this is where they lived. Nice house. They ran it from home. Cooling their heels in the clink. Yeah. So Christopher had no previous convictions, and Ramon had a small. I had some run-ins. Listen to the rest of this. See if that's the right house. Okay.
The apartment complex to dispose of the vehicle and the body. I know there was some Spanish questions I wanted to knock out real quick.
Sí, podría darnos un resumen pequeño para la audiencia hispana de estas personas que presentó. No, no preguntas.
Nada, una pregunta. Si tienes preguntas a particular.
¿A quiénes presentaron esta noche?
Sí, esta noche el primer señor que salió es Ramón Preciado, de 53 años, y el segundo es Christopher Preciado, de 19 años. Christopher Preciado es el que hizo los asesinatos de las víctimas, y su papá Ramón ayudó en esconder o tratar de esconder el carro y las víctimas.
¿Las dos personas eran las que aparecían en el video de vigilancia
Sí.
que presentaron la semana pasada?
Sí. Ajá.
¿Había un motivo para matarlos?
Parece que había una transacción de drogas que no fue, que fue mal. La transacción de drogas fue mal y resultó en la muerte de las dos víctimas. Well, I mean, someone was buying and someone was selling, so it was a drug.
Can Ramon be charged with these murders through the accomplice theory or the multiple parties theory?
I'm sorry, could who?
Ramon the dad. Could he be charged with the murders as well through the accomplice theory?
No, he was not. he was not there during the commission of the murders. He was there kind of, I guess he was called afterwards to help dispose or help his son. I'm sorry? Christopher has no previous criminal history, and Ramon did have a small, he had some prior criminal history.
So are you all done looking for suspects at this
Yeah,
point?
we don't have any other suspects that we're looking for.
And then that surveillance video, were they alive during that surveillance
No.
video? They were not alive.
They were not alive. No.
Last question, guys. Christopher killed them and then moved the bodies to the car?
Correct. Well, I mean, I don't know if he moved them into the vehicle. The vehicle with the bodies in was driven to that apartment complex. It didn't happen at that apartment complex.
So ultimately, who's going to make the decision on the final charges? Is that going to be the DA's office?
Correct. Yes. So our detective again tonight are charging them with capital. Christopher with capital murder.
Well, I still didn't hear an address. I still didn't hear an address. However, for those of you who have given me 5735 Charlie Tran Drive, it's 4 minutes or 0.8 miles away from 5903 Danny K, where the bodies were dumped, where the vehicle was dumped. So that's 5903 Danny K. So presumably they were around the back here somewhere. But why won't it let me go down? But anyway. Apparently this is the house. Something seems fishy. Well, in what way? There's more to this. This man was a businessman. Yes, but it was his son, Christopher. So the dad was a businessman, owned business, but got involved stupidly because he tried to help Christopher. So Christopher was the one who did the murders, and his dad tried to help him. So just stupidly. So this is just how amateurish it was, that they took the Kia with two dead bodies and an unborn baby in it, and left them in a car park that was that had a surveillance camera. Matthew had been set up by Savanah. No, I don't think so. No. The Astro from space. No, I don't believe that. You need. That's an extraordinary claim, and you will need extraordinary evidence to back up your claim. I don't believe that. Matthew never went without a gun that night. No gun. How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know he didn't have a gun on him? So no. And if you got that from a spirit box, well, good luck with that. Okay. So that's the air conditioning business, apparently, allegedly. So they install new scientifically designed condensers, heat pumps, air handlers, gas furnaces, and evaporator cooling coils. We also offer refrigerant leak tests. Not anymore. Not anymore. They don't. So let's watch the Perp walk again. Right. So this is Big Smoke here. This is the dad charged with abuse of a corpse.
Are you sorry for what happened? Did you guys tonight?
Make a hole, guys.
Who's been arrested? I'll do a recap in a second, Beth. I know there's people just coming in, people just waking up, people just tuning in.
Watch out, guys. Make a hole.
We thought it was a bulletproof jacket. So did I. I did, Linda. I did. Because I lightened up the image a little bit and it just looked like the shape of a bulletproof vest. It wasn't. It was his fat belly. Yeah, Christopher drove off and then called his dad to help. And his dad stupidly didn't turn him in. His dad should have turned him in. I'm sorry. His dad should have turned him in. So I have no sympathy at all. Big Smoke should have done the decent thing. I'm sorry. If it was my kid, I would have turned him in. Boss hog belly. Big Smoke said you only know one side of the story. Yeah, well, okay. Tell that to the judge. Tell that to the judge. All right, so for people just coming in, 2 hours ago, that was actually 3 hours ago, San Antonio Police Department arrested 19-year-old Christopher Preciado for the murders of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. So they're still looking at charges for baby Fabian. Christopher is charged with capital murder. SAPD also arrested his father, 53-year-old Ramon Preciado, who is charged with abuse of a corpse for helping Christopher move the bodies after they were murdered. Our deepest condolences go out to the Soto and Guerra families. So these are the two, Big Smoke and Little Smoke. So Christopher has got very long hair. So he's the guy who was driving the Kia. And yeah, it wasn't. It was a 19-year-old young man. And Ramon was Big Smoke. And yeah, really amateurish. Slow the Sun's Perp walk. Why? What's interesting about it? Hold on. Slow it down to 0.5. That's as slow as I can make it on here. Because I'm literally just playing this off Facebook. That's Ramon. Excuse me, guys, closing the door. Christopher Hots for Savannah. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know any of that. Bet Dad loses weight in prison. Yeah, hopefully he does. All right, Perp what for Christopher coming up. So I'm playing this at 0.5 speed. That's why the sound turns off.
Está saliendo el segundo.
There'll be no bell for the son, but maybe for the dad. We're gonna have to wait and see, aren't we, be real? Yeah, Big Smoke's just my name for him. He'll always be Big Smoke. From the video game, GTA San Andreas. Just look up Big Smoke GTA San Andreas and you'll see what I mean. So that's Christopher. This is Christopher's Perp walk. What am I watching? So there's Christopher. Long hair. Long flowing locks. Good night, Diamond Eyes. 3 a.m. Well, it's nearly 8 a.m. here. Yeah, no previous convictions or anything, so very amateurish. You know, we were all thinking like gang violence and, you know, Matthew's got himself into something really big. And it wasn't. It was very amateurish by the sounds of things. I mean, of course, the HVAC company could be a front for a bigger operation, potentially. We don't know. That's possible. But we don't know yet. We don't know those details yet. Surely he's been committing crime. Well, he probably has. If he's up, you know, involved in the drug world, then he has. Yeah, but he's never been charged. Let's put it that way. He's never been charged and convicted. Case that has better footage. Okay, let's look at some. We've got Ken's 5. Case that 12. Okay. All right. Let's watch KSAT 12. So this is from KSAT 12. Watch live San Antonio police make arrest. So that this is better footage here. Let's play this.
You know, are they going to come out like right now? Or? Give us like 5 more minutes, okay?
No, we don't know anything about the drug deal. No, we don't know. We don't know whether it was Matthew buying and Christopher selling, or Christopher buying and Matthew selling. We don't know. We don't know how it all went down. We don't know why it went bad.
Everyone, I don't know if you're joining us right now on the KSAT live stream. We're told in about 5 minutes we'll see those 2 arrests. We've been confirmed that there are 2 arrests. We'll keep you updated right now. This is all in relation to the Savanah Soto, Matthew Guerra case. Savanah Soto was 18 years old. She was pregnant at the time. That was last week when her 2 bodies were found.
It's about the cam, yeah. How is this better? Is it better in that?
You want to figure it out?
Is it better sound or something? It was just a bunch of reporters filming off the phones. So, you know, this just came out of the blue. So you can forgive them for not having all the big fancy cameras there. It was just this kind of filming reminds me of Brian Entin when he was outside the laundry's house. He was running about with his phone. He had to go and get a better phone because his phone kept running out of memory. If anybody remembers that. Here we come, right. Hold your camera still.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, mic check.
Mic check, yeah, we got mic check. Oh, waitress, you're not being censored. No, you're not being censored. Nobody's being censored. I'm concentrating on this.
Yes, I'm
yes, I'm not busy censoring anybody in the comments. So no, you're not.
Okay, there's 2. Okay, sounds good.
I don't even know if I've got any mods in to censor anything. So no, no one's being censored. Dad's charges at this point were only a misdemeanor in Texas, so he may not even do time. Well, if he literally just turned up, looked at the bodies and said, "Oh, just leave the car there," then all he's basically done is not reported. All he's basically done is not turned his son in. So this is one of them live streams where you're just looking at a door.
We need to keep you updated.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right. Here we go. This is Big Smoke. Big Smoke coming. Ramon Preciado. He had the car body for 24.
Are you sorry for what happened? Did you know she was pregnant?
Oh, always fake news. So.
Always fake news.
This is your final chance to say something about your side.
Hey guys, we're going this way. Yeah, guys, always one sided. You don't even know what's going on.
All one-sided. You don't know what's going on.
Any messages for the family? You sorry?
They want to know why. Why did you do that?
You sorry?
Did you do it? Why did you do it?
Did you know she was pregnant? Huh? Did you care?
Why was it the whole family?
Close to Christmas?
You can only just fit in the back seat.
Why, man? Any remorse? You sorry?
Aren't you sorry for lying about what you're saying? You don't even know what's going on.
Well, tell
You
us.
just make stuff up. Like always.
Tell us. What's going on?
Did you shoot them?
Did you shoot them?
An unborn baby.
Did you kill them or did you just hide the evidence?
How'd you know Savanah? You sorry?
If it wasn't you, who was it then?
Wow.
Closing door. Excuse me, guys.
No, they're not the sharpest crayons in the box. They're not. They're really not. They're really not. Dumb and dumber. Here's Christopher.
Are you sorry for what happened? Anything to say to your family? How does it make you feel, an unborn baby? What do you want to say to your family, to Savannah, to Matthew's family?
You sorry? You sorry?
Nothing to say. An unborn child.
It was an entire family.
You sorry?
Wow. I think he's wearing a shirt. I think it's long short, honestly. I think it's like long baggy short. It could be a skirt, but I think it's long baggy short. Let's slow it down and have a look. Not that I care what he's wearing. I don't give a toss. Excuse me, I don't give a toss what he's wearing. It's what he's done that matters, but let's just slow this right down to 0.5 here. So this reporter really did get some good footage. It might be a skirt, you know. Oh, he's not going to do very well in jail, is he? He's not going to do
Are
very
you sorry for what happened?
No, I don't give a fuck what he's wearing.
Anything to say to your family?
That's the issue, but
how does it make you feel, an unborn baby? What do you want to say to your family, to Savannah, to Matthew's family?
You sorry? You sorry?
it might. I think it's baggy short.
Nothing to say. An unborn child.
Have a look when he gets in here.
Entire family.
Yeah, it's shorts. I think it's shorts.
You sorry?
Yeah, it's shorts, I think. Looks like a stoner gamer. Yeah, he does. He hides in his parents' basement all day. Yeah, he probably does. He probably does. He's probably been a spoilt little brat who's got himself mixed up in things that he couldn't handle. And as a result of that, he has committed a triple homicide. He's taken out an entire family. His hair's prettier than mine. And mine. Yeah. I'm not putting my camera on. You should see the state of me. I've got a proper big bed head. Let's have a look what else. That was good footage. She was in the right place at the right time. See what the news is saying. So this is Ken's 5. Let's listen to this. It's only 24 seconds, 3 hours ago.
We want to get you to a major breaking news update in the capital murder case of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. Police announcing they have made an arrest.
Yeah, just 8 minutes ago, San Antonio police just posting on their Facebook page about the arrest. We don't know any more information surrounding that, but only saying that hopefully we'll get more information soon about that on a perp walk. And we do have a crew on the way to the scene, so we'll, of course, keep you posted.
Okay. Crew on the way to the scene. We're all going to be analysing this footage now for the rest of the day, aren't we? This is Ken's 5.
Did you know she was pregnant?
Oh, fake news, huh?
Oh, that car right there.
This is your final chance to say something about your side.
¿Quién te ayudó? Hey guys, we're going this way.
¿Quién mató a
¿Quién te
Savanah?
ayudó? ¿Lo hiciste solo? ¿Te arrepientes? ¿Quieres decir algo?
Anything to say to your family?
You guys always one side. You don't know what's going on.
Back up, guys. Back up.
Please don't push me.
I'm not. I'm moving you this way.
No, not you.
Any messages for the family? You sorry?
They want to know why. Why'd you
Yo
do
pienso
it?
hacerlo.
You sorry?
Did you do it? Why did you do it?
Did you know she was pregnant?
That's what you say?
Huh? You didn't care?
Why was it the whole family?
Close to Christmas?
Remorse? Anything?
Why, man? Any remorse?
The reporter from
How'd you know Savannah?
Hang on.
What'd you do it?
An unborn baby.
Manda Savanah.
Did you do it? Were you involved?
He looks scared, honestly. He looks scared.
What'd you do it?
An unborn baby.
Manda Savanah.
Was it you?
What do you want to say to your family, to Savannah, to Matthew's family?
¿Qué
You
manda
sorry?
Savanah?
You sorry? Well, listen, you
Nothing
have
to say. An unborn child.
It was an entire family.
Astro's making up random stuff. I know. I know. Astro's got his or her head in the clouds.
So two individuals we just walked out today. Preciado, 53 years old, sitting on in GTON.
All right, I'm going to listen to this one more time because I think this is slightly better volume. For those just coming in, it was very impromptu press conference that was held. A bunch of reporters with phones, so that they're literally using phones. There was no big cameras or anything. It was very impromptu because this arrest just came out of the blue. So for those just coming in, this was the short press conference from a couple of hours ago. So I'm going to play it through again just for people coming in. And I think this is slightly better audio than the last one we had.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sergeant Washington Moscoso, WASHINGTON, MOSCOSO. So the individuals you saw this evening, the first individual.
Actually, I don't think this is better audio, honestly. But at least I can put CCs on. I can put closed captions on. So that's going to help. All right. So I'm playing this from Ken's 5. I'll let it play through without interruption.
His name is Ramon Preciado, 53 years old, SID number 443651. The second individual was Christopher Preciado, 19 years old, SID number 1191061. So the two individuals we just walked out today, again, is a father and son. The first individual is a father, the second individual is a son. They're going to be charged. The son's going to be charged this evening with capital murder, and the father's going to be charged with abuse of the corpse. We do expect more charges to be pending. So I'm not going to go into the whole thing. We all know what kind of led us to this to where we are today. I will say that when we recover, or when the bodies were discovered on Danny Cave, obviously the investigation began. SAPD detectives made that location and started collecting evidence. One of the key pieces of evidence that we did collect at the scene was Savannah's cell phone, and so that was handed over to our technology team, who was able to download some information on there. With the assistance of the U.S. Secret Service, we were able to get enough information, and so that information was given to our detectives today. With that information, the detectives were able to find a possible location of where the suspect vehicle that was released on that surveillance camera, the surveillance video, possible location where that suspect vehicle might be. They made that location, and sure enough, the vehicle was there. They did a little bit of surveillance on the video or on the vehicle, and then were able to determine which house it belonged to. They went up, knocked on the door. The first gentleman, the first individual, the father answered the door. He knew why the police were there. Was cooperated fully with the investigation. We're right here to headquarters, and our detectives were able to start interviewing both the son and the father. Again, they were both at the home. They were both brought down here, and the interrogations began. Through interrogating the individuals, our detectives had enough. Based on what they said, there was enough information there to get a warrant signed by a judge tonight. Again, to charge Christopher with capital murder and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. Again, there will be more charges pending. This is what we have right now. I'll answer any questions.
Due to the capital murder for the son and then abuse of the corpse charge for the dad, does that mean that you guys believe the son killed them and then the dad helped hide the bodies?
Yes. And so I want to touch base on something real quick. Since the release of the video that we put out on the 28th, internet has blown up with people sending tips and people just sending misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation out there. These two individuals are the only suspects that we were looking for. They were arrested. There were many names being thrown around on the internet. Those people had nothing to do with this. We vetted them and everything. They didn't have anything to do with these murders. So the individual, again, Christopher, we believe committed the murders of Matthew and Savanah, and then Ramon helped.
Did they say why?
It appears to be a narcotic-related deal that went down.
Do we know the connection between this father and son and Matthew and Savanah, or the connection to the apartment complex?
So there's no apparent connection to the apartment complex. It's just a place where they went to go dispose or hide the vehicle with the bodies in it, and it appears that it was a drug deal. So there was like a drug connection to the suspect and the two victims.
When you say abuse of a corpse, can you talk about that a little bit? Was there any mutilation, or is that?
It's just when you hiding the body, moving the body after discovering that and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
When did you keep them? What exactly?
So December 21st, which is a Thursday, just before midnight, is when the actual murders took place. On that.
And are they going to be charged for the baby? Because in the state of Texas, technically, they could be charged for a third.
Right. So like I said, there's going to be possible charges pending, more charges pending. Our detectives are going to talk with the Bexar County DA to determine if they're going to be any charges facing any charges related to the unborn baby.
And do we know if she was dilated at all? If
I didn't have that information from the medical examiners. I know that she was scheduled to be induced. And she didn't make her appointment, which is why the family went to the police to file the missing persons report.
Did he say where exactly they killed them?
I don't have exact location. We just know that they were killed at a different location and then taken to the apartment complex to dispose of the vehicle and the bodies. I know there was some Spanish questions I wanted to knock out real quick.
Sí, podría darnos un resumen pequeño para la audiencia hispana de estas personas que presentó.
No vamos a hacer preguntas.
Nada, una pregunta. Si tienes preguntas a particular.
¿A quiénes presentaron esta noche?
Sí, esta noche el primer señor que salió es Ramón Preciado, de 53 años, y el segundo es Christopher Preciado, de 19 años. Christopher Preciado es el que hizo los asesinatos de las víctimas, y su papá Ramón ayudó en esconder o tratar de esconder el carro y las víctimas.
Las dos personas eran las que aparecían en el video de vigilancia que presentaron la semana pasada.
Sí.
¿Había un motivo para matarlos?
Parece que había una transacción de drogas que fue mal. La transacción de drogas fue mal y resultó en la muerte de las dos víctimas.
When you say drug deals, do you mean were they buying or selling? Do you know, like?
Well, I mean, someone was buying and someone was selling, so it was a drug.
So can everyone be charged with these murders through the accomplice theory or the multiple parties theory?
Sorry, could who?
Ramon, the dad. Could he be charged with the murders as well as an accomplice theory?
No, he was not. He was not there during the commission of the murders. He was there kind of, I guess he was called afterwards to help dispose or help his son. I'm sorry?
Do you still have previous records?
Christopher has no previous criminal history, and Ramon did have a small, he had some prior criminal history.
So are you all done looking for suspects at this
Yeah,
point?
we don't have any other suspects.
And then that surveillance video, were they alive during that surveillance
No.
video? They were not alive.
They were not.
Last question, guys.
Christopher killed them, then moved the bodies to the car?
Correct. Well, I mean, I don't know if you moved them into the vehicle. The vehicle with the bodies in was driven to that apartment company. It didn't happen at that apartment company.
So ultimately, who's going to make the decision on the final charges? Is that going to be the DA's office?
Correct. Yes. So our detective again tonight are charging them with capital. Christopher with capital murder, and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. They are working on some other charges that they're going to file. But regarding, I think specifically the question that you had about the unborn baby, they're going to have a conversation with the DA to determine whether they can charge or put the baby as another victim on this.
So does SAP have any say whenever they talk to the DA's office?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a collaboration with our DA's
Would
office.
you say SAPD is going to seek that they're charged for the unborn baby?
Our detectives are going to do everything they can to bring justice to the family.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming out tonight.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, well done to the police, but it was an easy arrest. These were really dumb criminals, really dumb. Even if Savanah's phone wasn't in the picture, let's say they didn't have Savanah's phone, they would have got them. There was DNA all over that Kia, all over. Christopher is going to have no choice but to plead guilty. If he pleads not guilty, I don't know what to tell you. The world's gone mad because there'll be so much evidence, so much evidence. Ramon, I mean, if he just literally went there, looked at the bodies, and then said, you know, leave the vehicle here, you know, it's well hidden here, leave it here at Danny K Drive, then he's just been incredibly stupid. But he has only, the only crime, in my opinion, would be that he didn't turn his son in. Guilty means no death penalty. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I'd quite like to see Christopher spend the rest of his life in prison. Something tells me that he's not going to fare very well there. Looks like somebody who isn't well versed in life. I think probably been spoiled. No, Christopher's a boy. Missy Sparkles, Christopher's a boy. They're using, he's got long flowing locks, but they're using male pronouns. They're calling him Christopher. So as far as we know, that's a boy. A waste of humanity it is. It is. It's so sad. 3 people lost their lives, and then you've got this 19-year-old kid who's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. Assuming it's him, obviously, allegedly, you know, innocent till proven guilty in a court of law, all of that stuff. But when they went to the door, Ramon answered and knew why they were there, which is very telling. Knew why they were there. So that's very telling to me. No, wiping with a dry rag does not remove fingerprints. No, it just adds a whole bunch of DNA. Go and watch my videos. Go and watch my video from yesterday where I talked about DNA. it adds more DNA because there's DNA on the rag. You handle the rag and you get DNA on it, skin cells. And then if you rub it on the vehicle, then you're transferring that touch DNA from your skin cells onto the vehicle. But listen, the way that he was handling, let's go back to the footage that we've all watched again and again and again. But he touches the car door. Let's slow it down. Hold on. Where's my cog gone? Why does my cog not work? There we go. Let's slow it down. I hate Facebook. I hate it so much. It's just not very good with videos. Right, we'll start it again. All right. So Big Daddy turns up. Big Smoke turns up. Little Smoke's in the Kia. So there's dead bodies in here. So it's interesting that he said they were murdered just before midnight on the 21st, because I thought Savanah had been seen on the 22nd. So I don't know. We need to iron out these details. So Big Smoke gets out, opens the door, touches the door, looks in. He's probably going, oh my effing God, what have you done? What have you done now, Christopher? What shit have you got yourself into now, Christopher? He's probably telling him off. And Christopher's panicking and goes, what shall I do, Daddy? What shall I do? And big guy there, Big Smoke, gets a rag and says, give me the gun. Let's wipe down what we can here. Give me the gun and I'll take the gun. Because we don't know where the gun is. So fingerprints all over. Christopher gets out. We thought that was a girl, but it's not. It's just a boy with long hair and not much life experience. And then Big Smoke there gets back in with his rag and goes, you're going to be in big trouble when you get home. I'm going to confiscate your PS4. I'm going to confiscate your Xbox. You're in big trouble, lad, when you get home. Go and hide that car. And unfortunately, hiding the car, maybe the son puked. Well, yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Just ridiculously. It's so sad. So there was no big gang as far as we know. I mean, the business could have been a front for something more sinister, but as far as we know, Christopher, 19 years old, no prior convictions. Dad had some convictions from back in the day, but I don't think there's anything recent. Dad's a businessman, owns a company, lives in a nice house. In my opinion, if there's nothing more to it, in my opinion, the dad has just been really stupid and what can you say? Just be really stupid and just hasn't turned his son in like he should have done. And yes, I would, for those who ask, yes, I would turn my kid in if they did something so ridiculous. I'd turn him in. I'd get him a lawyer, but I'd turn him in. Dad was not there when the murders took place, no. So the dad's just ruined his life for something ridiculous that his son has done. What about mom? We don't know. We don't know anything about whether there's a mother. We don't know who this guy's mother is at the moment. This is more than drugs. We don't know. We don't know at the moment. I'm not going to speculate whether there was anything personal between Matthew and Christopher. maybe there was an argument. But for whatever reason, this deal, whatever it was, went sadly wrong. How is Kyle? He's fine. Kyle's fine. He's not here. He's at his girlfriend's. There is a mother, and she's locked down her Facebook. Oh wow! So have these guys got Facebooks? Let's have a look here. Christopher Preciado. Christopher Preciado. It's all going to be posts about them, isn't it? I hate Facebook so much. Boom. Just like that, they're arrested. Jeez. Jeez. So that's where the people have got the address from, I assume. So the address is this one. This is 5635 Charlie Chan Drive. The older brother, Ramon Ray, also worked for Dad. Yeah, I know. I've got Almighty Air on my tabs here. Married for over 20 years. So sad. So sad. What a ridiculous. Yeah, Almighty Air. Let's show you Almighty Air. Let's show their website here. Call now, save now. Act now. Yeah, between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Something tells me that they're not going to be open today. So if you were expecting to have one of their services, which was, we install new scientifically designed condensers, heat pumps, air handlers, gas furnaces, evaporator cooling coils. We also offer refrigerant leak tests. So if you were one of their customers and you were expecting to have a condenser or a furnace or something fitted today, the chances are they're not going to be able to make the appointment. I don't know. Something tells me that it's not going to be happening. Anyway, yeah, it's a nice house. Look at it. Nice house. Nicer house than mine. It's twice the size of my house, that. Looks like a cheap-ass website. Well, it looks like somebody who, you know, maybe lives in the olden days. It's 0.8 miles away from Danny Kaye, where the car and the bodies were dumped. It's 5903 Danny Kaye. It's at a apartment complex. Why will it not let me go down? Why will it not let me go down there? But anyway, that's where the bodies were found. So didn't make a very good job at all. Go and watch my video from yesterday. It's only 10 minutes. You know, watch it on 1.5 speed and that will take you 7.5 minutes to watch it. And I said, these are really dumb criminals. These are people, they're going to get caught. They're going to make an arrest soon. And within less than 24 hours, hey presto, here they are. Because I mean, just terrible. If that was a hiding place, like the vehicle that everybody was looking for, everybody in San Antonio was looking for, and there it was. I'm surprised that people didn't report it sooner. I mean, people walk about with their eyes shut, but, you know, I suppose if you see a car just parked in a car park and you're not really paying any attention, you might not, like round the back of my house, there's like a small car park where the next street along park their vehicles. And I walk past it. If I go in the fields, I walk past that every day because it's right next to the fields. And I wouldn't notice. If there was a car that had been parked there for the last few days, I wouldn't notice as I walk by. I really wouldn't. I guess if it was the make and model of a vehicle that was wanted, I might pay more attention. I probably would pay more attention, but people don't. People just go about their lives. People don't really care. But yeah, Charlie Chan Drive. So name the streets after movie stars. So nice house. What a shame. Do they have a pool? Let's have a look. Oops. Can't tell if they've got a pool. They've got pools. Bit overgrown. So Big Smoke, not great on dealing with his yard. Not good at yard work. Mind you, with a belly like that, probably wouldn't be good at yard work, would you? And Christopher probably sits in the basement all day playing video games and pretended that he was in a real life video game. Got himself involved and shot 2 people in the head, which ultimately ended 3 people's lives and his own life. And he just been playing too many video games. Thought GTA San Andreas was real because his dad's Big Smoke. It's like some kind of subliminal message. His dad looks like Big Smoke from the video game. Look at that house. That's twice the size of mine, if not bigger. My tree's not quite so overgrown, but oops, don't want the dictionary. So yeah, nice house. Like trees. These guys back here have pools. There's probably a pool in there. There's probably a pool in there, but it's got probably more gunk in it than is healthy, so I wouldn't go for a dip in it. But I bet there's a pool behind them trees. How sad. How utterly just so sad. Just so sad. Anyway, guys, the dogs have woken up. I've got Cassie pawing at my back because they want to go for a walk. What time is it? 8:30. Yeah, this is about the time they go for a walk. Yeah, smoking pot. Smoking pot in his dad's basement and thinks video games are real. I bet you any money that Christopher is just a spoilt little boy who, you know, his dad probably waits on him, or rather his mother waits on him, hand and foot. Chris, tea's ready, Chris. All right, yeah, I'll be up in a minute. And he goes and gets his plate, takes it down to the basement, eats it in front of his game. Just so sad. So sad. Anyway, I'm going to go for a walk, and I'm assuming there's going to be more information that comes out as the day goes on. It's currently 8:30 in the AM for me. I will be back later, not with a video. I'll probably go live later when we've got more information. Probably. I mean, if nothing new comes out, then there's no point coming live, but I strongly suspect there's going to be more information that comes out later. So I will be live later. I'm going to go and catch up on some of the other lives. Criminality's been live, Duty Ron's been live, so I watch those 2 channels. So I'm going to go and watch those and chill out for a bit. I've not even been to the loo. I'm dying for a pee. I've not even been to the loo. I got up at just gone 6:30, looked on Facebook, there'd been an arrest, and I literally went live like that. So anyway, right, I'm going to go and start my day, take the dogs out, and most probably they'll be back later. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you soon. Don't think I had any donations, but Anyway, thanks as always to the mods, even though I don't think I had any mods in. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye, folks.